Yo, welcome to the show. It's B949 WATV Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital. I am your host, Lady Wu. I got my sidekick in the building.
Blacks in the building, y'all. What's up?
For sure, the rest of them beep didn't ain't even said they was on the way. They ain't coming.
Woaches.
Whatever. So we gonna keep it going, get it going for you on this Sunday night. Welcome in if you're coming into the live. I see y'all watching. Check in. Say something. Don't just sit up there and look at us. Say something. Say hey.
Baby. Say something, baby.
Yeah, say like, hey, woo, hey, Black, I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm ready to hear what you're talking about tonight. I don't know what we're talking about tonight. Yeah, not a lot happened that I know of. I was kind of like just getting ready for October, so it's here now. I'm happy that. Hey guys, Robert Thomas, hello to you. Brandon Fox, welcome in. He said, "G, hey, all right." So welcome in, everybody. If you're watching, say something. I see you on here, but I can't see who you are or where you're watching from. So if you're tuned in, hey, Dr. Brandy, we need to redo our date. And anybody else is tuning in, check in. Say, hey, hello. I am Vital. Say something. Yeah, we got special guests in the building tonight. We're going to talk about something that's for the culture. Got some trendy things that are happening around the city. I remember when a lot of different, like when brunch kicked off, that was like the new hot thing.
Yeah.
All right. I remember when
I started to hate brunch because everybody was doing it like, oh, just eat breakfast at the regular time.
Right. Or go to lunch, whatever. We did the brunch yesterday, bro. Brunch number 2. New location, different intimate energy. It was pretty dope. We had some good times yesterday. A couple of pictures I posted if you want to go on and see.
It was nice yesterday too.
Yeah, the weather was amazing. Mm-hmm. So, yep, if you missed it, I don't want to hear, I hate I missed it, because you already know when the first one is for next year. So, go on, make plans.
March
24th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so go on ahead and make plans. I don't want to hear no miss and no excuses. What else happened yesterday? Big Ro Williams celebrated his birthday. He kicked off with the Libra bash one time for all the Libras in the world.
Honorary Libra.
Yeah, like I don't know anybody that parties like the Libras. I know a lot of people say, well, watch out for them Sagittarius. That's too much to say, first of all. So, yeah. Or who else said they party hard? Geminis, I guess, maybe summertime. Doesn't matter. Cancer. Yeah, do y'all party?
No, we just cry.
I can see that.
Don't do that.
Libra season is in full effect, though. So be sure to watch out on all social media for what's happening as far as us having celebrations and parties and gatherings and where we're going. I told y'all tonight I was getting in these streets. It depends on how I feel when the show ends. So if you want to find out where I'm going or if you want to meet me out, hit me up. You see how you can do it right here on the comments. So if you want to be a part of the festivities every night, 10 days of Libra, different things are going on. I'll be in different places. Like what's happening in the news, and then we're going to bring our guests in. Or maybe we should do it the other way around. Bring them in first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Ladies, they all engulfed. I told them to be looking at me, and I was going to wave my hand like this. And I turned the radio on so they could hear it. And they ain't in here yet.
Is they looking at you?
Nope. Nope. Let me see. I sent them a text. I'm gonna say, come on in. So shooting a text to our guest. Okay. So yeah, if you're tuned in, you guys know that there's a lot to talk about always, as far as like hot topics and stuff like that. I've been kind of in my shell, so I don't know what happened this week, but we're gonna find out what's happening, what's coming up as far as things that you all can participate in, and then what has happened in the news. So share the stream and let somebody else know that hey, this is a good talk show. This is something that you can enjoy. All right. So like and share. Hello, ladies. Welcome in.
Hello.
You all came in just bubbling with energy, and we always like that. Tell us your names, who you are here with.
My name is Pamela Wiley Pringle, and I'm here with Cigars Are for Girls of Birmingham, Alabama.
Cigars Are for Girls. Okay. Who else we got?
I'm Nikki.
You got to talk in the mic.
Hi, I'm Nikki Warren Burton. I'm the Vice President of Cigars Are for Girls.
Okay.
And I am the Erica J. Hubbard, founder and president of Cigars Are for Girls.
I like. So welcome to the show, ladies. Cigars Are for Girls. So like we were just talking about all the things that are trendy now. You know, cigar smoking is a thing. Cigar bars, cigar humidor rooms, and all these different things. And it's like so much. So if you're not, what else? Y'all got to get in this
mobile lounges.
Right. I've seen that.
Yes.
So before we get into who you are, like where did this phenomenon come from? What is this about?
Oh my God, it started. I don't like cigarette smoke.
Okay.
I don't like to see women smoke cigars or Black and Milds.
Okay.
So I come from a history of cigar smokers. From my
Mhm.
grandma who smoked the pipe and hand rolled cigars, and my grandfather.
Okay.
And it was just something that I wanted to start because it was something I knew that women could take on and
Okay.
just conquer.
So had you kind of feared the misconception now of women smoking cigars? Like
I had not.
you didn't, but
No.
I see her like kind of
did not.
sort of. Was it a thing for you?
It was a thing for me. I feared being stereotyped. I'm
Mhm.
like, women, you shouldn't be smoking those. Why are you doing that? But what I did experience was the peace that comes behind cigar smoking. I
Okay.
mean, it's a piece out of this world. So relaxing. And I also learned that you don't inhale. So
Uh,
just knowing that you don't inhale,
I was about, that was coming. Like, is it a, like, what's the risk factors? But you're not even inhaling the smoke.
you're not even inhaling the smoke.
So okay, what's the purpose?
So how you
then?
do it? That's too many
Tell us
questions.
something.
There's so many questions. There are some people that do inhale.
Mm-hmm.
Typically most people do not. I mean, when you inhale or retrohale, you are taking it in, you hold it in, you taste the different flavors in your palate. It's like eating. So as you eat, you have, you taste the sweetness of things, or the peppery, or the leather. There's so many different flavors that can go into a cigar tasting, which is why they also pair it with different types of liquors or wines or other flavors of foods and stuff like that. So it is literally a whole vibe.
Yeah, the other vibe right there. So the whole, like, for you all, it's a science to this. Like how people say, well, you have to have this kind of wine with this meal or this pasta or this steak. So the same for cigar smoking. And I know people like to say cigars and cognac.
That's
what you
all
know,
I know. That's
right?
it.
So
Cigar
you
and
can't
cognac.
smoke cigars with gin?
You can.
Okay, so tell us, teach
But like,
us. Tell
with a
us.
juice.
With a juice. Oh my
It's your
goodness.
preference.
Okay.
Because everybody's palates are different. I'm a Jack
Okay.
and Coke girl,
Okay.
but I will smoke a Fat Bottom Betty with a cup of coffee.
I just like the name of them. Give me some more names of cigars.
There's so many names.
I like the boxes, so
The
I can make me a
Deadwood
purse.
collection is what I vibe off of.
Deadwood.
Deadwood is
Okay.
going to be your Leather Rose. That's going to be your Sweet Jane, your Crazy Alice, and your Fat Bottom. So for
Them
women,
names cute.
a lot
is.
of women typically go to the sweeter cigars, but as you grow as a cigar smoker, your palate should change. So you shouldn't just smoke flavored all the time, because we teeter-totter with everything.
Interesting. This is really okay. Welcome in, brother.
Give me a My Father. That's my favorite.
My father.
The first one I ever smoked was a Cohiba, black and yellow band, black polka dot yellow.
Okay.
I do a My Father Perdomo. My everyday smoke is a Christoph Sumatra, probably. But I pair it with bourbon. Yeah.
So, like the education about things, just the way that you can have an educated conversation about a hobby that you're interested in. Like, I like to talk to people about motorcycles and about natural hair and about all the other stuff I like. So the fact that you all can sit in a room, smoke cigars, talk about what you're smoking, listen to music. Like you said, for you, we just ended Self-Care Awareness Month. So you kind of made it sound as if there's some self-care in this for you.
Absolutely. I'm an empty nester. I've raised 4 kids.
Oh.
And what I found with cigar smoking is it's therapeutic. I go in the lounge, I sit there, I don't want company. I'm not looking to pick up anyone.
Okay.
I just get in my corner. I choose different sticks, and I like to experience different ones. I like the one with the stronger smoke because I was just telling my sisters when I was a little girl, I didn't like my lips, but now I love my lips. So the smoke, the stronger the smoke, the better the image. And I just love it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Look at Black. Like, oh, wait.
Like,
Remember we had pipes? You remember this?
Yeah,
And
I
we
do
weren't smoking no
remember.
cigars though. Okay, now what?
Yeah.
What's going on? So, like, what is it, culturally? Like, this is for the culture. It's in the for the culture segment. This is we talk about things that are the culture is doing. Like if it's music, it may be fashion, it may be other trendy things, different clubs and organizations to belong to where you can find some camaraderie. So you refer to it as a stick.
Mhm.
Now, we talk about cigars are for girls because that's why you all are here. But then there was this misconception a few years ago where guys were like, some guys, I'm not about to smoke a cigar because I don't want no stick. So can we speak to
Well, we as a society, and that's a part of our vision statement, as a society, we have been groomed to think what is factual or what is correct or what is incorrect or what is a truth. And it's really not. Cigars are for girls. Cigars are typically something that you'll see men smoking.
Right.
But now you see more and more women smoking cigars. You'll see
Mhm.
more and more women at cigar lounges because it's a part of self-care and because we're breaking out of that stereotypical image that has been painted of women or people of color
right?
not to smoke cigars because it's an upper echelon thing.
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
not. It's a mindset.
It is definitely a mindset. It is one culture in which you can have someone that might be a sanitation worker
Mhm.
or a lawyer can sit there and have a conversation over a stick, and there is no outside. Nobody is looking at you any kind of way, and that stick just kind of to bring everyone together. The love of
The
the
love
leaf.
of the leaf. See,
The
so much
love of the
lingo
leaf.
with it. Like, oh my
Yes.
goodness. Interesting. What? Tell me something else y'all say because hit me. Tell me something else. Like the love of the stick. The
PSSITA. Put some smoke in the air.
okay.
SOTL, sister of the leaf. BOTL, brother of the leaf.
Which I gotta play
Who
it.
does
son?
this?
My favorite is my favorite would be Love of the Leaf and Family of the Leaf. FO.
Okay. I'm looking at something that you just shared with me, and I guess we will find out more about this.
That's just the history of the female aficionado.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, so what is an aficionado? Even like, hey, school us. This is what Vital is about: education in all areas.
Well, aficionado is basically somebody is knowledgeable about a certain subject.
Right.
So in this case, you have cigar aficionados. So they've been with the culture, they've studied the culture, or trying to learn the culture. But it's usually as you become more knowledgeable about it, you get classified as an aficionado.
So you kind of have to be schooled. That's why I ain't got time to smoke no cigar because
Right,
I gotta learn too much.
gotta read about it.
No, you don't have to.
I wanna be.
do
If I'ma
all of
sit down
that
and talk to
reading.
you,
You
I'm
learn
gonna
as you
read
go,
it.
like life.
Okay.
you go.
Learn as you go.
I think we should try to figure out where can we go.
Find what fits you.
And you all are doing something where I can come and find out, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm going to share the full details on my social media, but just what's the date?
Okay, it's Birmingham Cigar Fest. It's
Mhm.
going to be hosted October 21st and October 22nd at Club M Compound.
Gotcha.
On the 22nd, to answer your question, we'll be hosting etiquette classes,
Okay.
pairing classes, and we also have a young lady that's coming from Atlanta. She's originally from Birmingham, and she's
Mhm.
called the Cigar Concierge, and she's going to do hand roll cigar classes.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. So I know there's somebody that's like, okay, so this may be something that I want to try. I'm an empty nester.
Absolutely.
What's the other backstories? Like, what else got you into this? You said my
Well,
family
my
smoked.
my
and-
grandmother was a midwife.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So
interesting, a
midwifery.
lot of midwives, as you can see, there was when you read about the aficionados,
Yeah.
they smoke pipes as a relaxation after the
Mm.
child.
That's
is
a lot of
born.
energy.
Yes. So I picked up a lot of my grandmother's habits. I'm from the country. I'm a country girl.
Gotcha.
So just for me, it was something different. I never wanted to be. I was never going to allow myself to be boxed in as
Yeah.
to what I could do and what I could not do.
Right.
So I wanted to smoke cigars. So I started smoking cigars. My first thing was I smoked pipes,
Mm-hmm.
corncob pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So I elevated myself.
Gotcha.
So it's for me, it's therapeutic. For me, it shows that I can do whatever I want to do.
Okay.
It's not a man's world. It's not a man's sport. It's not a man's thing.
And that's the misconception.
That's the
of
misconception.
it, that it's a man's
And it's
thing.
not. It is. You have so many couples. You have a lot of couples that smoke cigars together.
Hmm. Okay. So you all have an opportunity to engage with others that
Absolutely.
enjoy it. And if you're just interested and want to go to a good event, this information will be shared on our social media so that you can be a part of it. How can people find you all on social media?
We're just Cigars Up for Girls. We have 2 pages. We have Cigars Up for Girls Rogue, which is for members only. Then we have a Cigars Up for Girls where anyone can join, male or female. You can also find us at Tap That Ash because that's another group of ours.
Okay.
Tap That Ash is an all male group. And you can find us on Instagram at
PAFG underscore. I don't remember. I just lost my mind, lost my train of thought.
Hey, check it out. Like the more you get into it, woo, you like for me, I'm a punch guy.
Okay.
I don't like cuts. I'm not a fan of cuts.
What does
I'm not
that mean?
Right.
the punch is it draws the smoke
It's how you
directly
cut your cigar.
into your
It's a
cigar.
type of cut.
You got a V cut, a punch, a cut. You know, it's a whole lifestyle, but it's a fun lifestyle, and you're not gonna find just anybody in that lifestyle.
Right.
You got the Big Smoke. You know, you got. I've been to the Big Smoke twice. Like it's a whole culture. Like it's just a lot of fun. I mean, the more you get into it, the more you realize what your palate's for and what you like, and your palate changes. Like one of the cheapest cigars to me is a Groovy Blue, but Tatiana.
And that's
But it's
what
one of the
everybody- yeah,
nicest
so-
little.
start off with it.
I've been gifted those
You know.
100 times. It's like this
But
is
it's a
really
good little
cute.
smoke though.
Smells
you know?
great.
Yeah.
Well, my go-to is either an Andalusia Bull
Mhm.
or a Leather Rose.
Okay.
Those are my go-tos.
So are there, you know, when we talk about for the culture, like we are, you all are naming things that are already existing, right? Like things that other people have already created. This one is rolled by so and so, so and so. Have you all ever thought about your own Cigars Are for Girls stick?
We have. It's in the making.
Okay, cool. That's what Vital is about. We like to give encouragement and inspiration if it ain't already moving.
I have a question.
A cat.
Cigars.
Yes.
What's the difference in a cigar and a cigarette? Like, what's the difference in the tobacco or the leaf or what?
No, I'm with it. Go ahead, Clyde.
Go
I'll
ahead.
take my shot because recently I read upon it, and the difference, in my opinion, is the nicotine.
Okay.
Cigars are a natural leaf,
Mhm.
and with cigarettes, you have nicotine, and that's something as a little girl, I frowned upon the butts,
And the filters and,
and
all
the
of that.
filter.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Right. Right.
right. And I'm gonna piggyback off of Erica. We're neighboring country little towns, and my grandfather smoked a pipe and a cigar. And when I was a little girl, it was the smell for me.
It smells sweet. My
I would go-
grandfather smoked one too.
And as far as the punch, the V cut, and the cut, my grandfather stuck a match stem in his. And I never did understand that until I began to smoke cigars. Right.
You gotta teach us in the mic.
Well, he punched it.
Mhm.
That would be called a punch. He used a match stem,
Mhm.
simply because we grew up poor. So unfortunately for us, we had the skill set. We just didn't have the financial backing.
It's the same way today with everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with this history, where are you all from? You say you're from the country. I just want to know that just because.
I'm from Lowndes County.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Monroe County, which is on the other
Okay.
side of Wilcox County.
Y'all came up to the big city to roll these sticks. Okay.
And I
You,
live in Tuscaloosa.
you kind of live in the country too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Basically.
Hold on, Woo. Now I've been here for some years,
I
but
know, I
I'll
know.
never
You-
forget where I'm from.
And as you
Absolutely.
should know.
And
'cause
once a country girl, always a country girl.
She
You
from the country,
can't.
too.
I'm from the country too. I'm from Harpersville.
I'm from the country too.
Okay.
I'm from Ansley. What did you saying? We are from Alabama.
I'm from
It's the
Fahrenheit,
country.
ain't a real.
Real country.
No, I'm from the city.
You're from the big city.
But my mama them from hey, listen, my mama them from Pineapple, Snow Hill. Come on now, let's talk about it.
That's Wilcox
Mental
County.
Farmer.
Mhm.
Come on now, let's talk. We can go there.
Yellow blood.
Hey, come on now. Snow Hill Institute School. They had a Mayday down there and play baseball all day. Come
All
on, let's
day.
go.
So because of that, because of those type vibes, right? Like we get in on these different things and start to kind of find our space in these different scenes. Country things end up being big city things. They are already that because folk from the country go to the big city. Like I can only imagine sitting around these business meetings where you have people making major deals, smoking cigars and drinking cognac or drinking whatever they drink. And a lot like playing golf. It's the same type of thing where we break into these cultures and feel as if we are breaking into them when in actuality, it's been our stuff.
Right.
So that's why these segments are vital because it's not like we are jumping on a wheel that somebody else invented. We just doing our thing with it. It's for the culture.
For the culture.
Absolutely.
That's all I wanted to say. It's just for the culture. Just had to let that marinate. So at the event, what are some other things? 2 days, right?
It's 2 days. That Friday
Days,
we're
I'm
doing.
there.
It's called the Noir Experience, kind of like
Okay.
Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
It's called the Noir Experience. It's going to be an all black dinner and cocktail and dinner party. It's going to be outside. We're asking for everybody to wear after 5 attire. So that means a cocktail dress or an evening
Please
gown.
tell them. Okay.
No, absolutely no jeans.
Okay.
We want this to be. It's something for everybody, but we do want everybody to dress
Be
the part.
grown.
Yes, it's for a mature audience.
Okay.
So we're gonna have dinner by Simone ATL.
Okay.
It's catering. We're gonna have lips, sticks, and fingertips. She's bringing her mobile lounge from Christine from Atlanta. We're also gonna have Incognito. She's comedian Joy. She's our MC.
Okay.
She's gonna have her mobile lounge there. We're gonna have the Arrival. He's from where? He's from Texas. I think he's either from Dallas or Houston.
Okay.
We're also gonna have Definition Cigars. They're from Houston. And we have Alordum. They're from Chicago, Illinois.
That's enough. So a lot of people are coming in for this event, which makes me have a greater appreciation. And that's not to say that we don't have great events, but I like to be able to mix and mingle with people that I don't mix and mingle with every day over something that I'm learning about. It brings so much. It brings a wealth of vitality.
Shockingly, if I may say, all of our vendors, with the exception of one, are from out of state.
They're coming in. We're bringing them here. I love that.
And they're very excited.
Yes, they
about
should
it.
be. Yes, they should be. So
Are you
once
really?
again,
Hey.
give us your contact information. We're gonna tell you about the further. I know everybody's asking that other question, like, I want to know how much. You'll find that out off of the air. So how can they see the information, get tickets, tell us like just where they can find the information?
It's BirminghamCigarFest22.com.
All right, BirminghamCigarFest22.com. Go check it out. And the dates again?
The dates are October 21st. We're going to have the Noir Experience. That's at Club M, starting at 7:30 to 12:30. That Saturday, we're having a brunch and day party. That's, again, going to be catered by Simone ATL. And that Saturday night, we're having an after party.
Okay.
Exclusive after party, invitation only.
Invitation only. I better have an invite too. All right. All right, Black. We got a date. Okay. We there. So we can find out more about these sticks, more about Cigars Are for Girls. If you're tuned in tonight and you find interest in what you've heard tonight, go check them out on social media. I'm looking forward to. I just like education. I like creativity and culture, and to see sisters doing it, it's exciting for me. And the fact that you all are knowledgeable.
We're learning. It's like you said, as you go. So what we want to do tonight, we want to make Lady Wu an honorary Cigars Are for Girls member.
Sneeze out.
And we're going to pin her. I'm going to have my VP, Nikki, is going to do the honors of pinning you. So we just appreciate this opportunity. We look forward to seeing you there. But again, thank you again for this opportunity.
Girl, that's exciting. That's how you come in somewhere, ain't it? And I just said, I just want to be at the party, at the dinner. Here I am getting pinned. Oh.
And she loves pens. I don't know if y'all knew that, but she loves a pen.
And the lip is pink. So we're still honoring breast cancer awareness. Our lip is pink.
Part of our proceeds will go to St. Jude, and it's going to go to breast cancer awareness.
This is what's up. Any other comments, Chuck? Did you hear what was happening when you came in?
No.
Cigars Are for Girls.
Okay. What? Who are y'all?
Cigars Are for Girls.
Cigars Are for Girls.
We'll brief you. Thank you so much. And now I'm an honorary member, so you'll be learning more.
I just love when people come here correcting with honor and just,
just vital.
Just being vital.
I'm not a girl. Can I gotta be a girl. What are we talking about? Y'all
See,
have
that's why I must question you on the air. Hey, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Ladies, thank you all so much for coming in and sharing this. We're gonna hip Chuck off the air. We'll be right back. You're listening to Vital on B94.9 WATV on Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital.
and
Yeah.
also watch
So
the
do
birds.
kids still do like tornado drills and stuff in
I don't know.
school?
I do not know.
I haven't heard my daughter say that because I remember sitting in the hallway with a book on
Yeah,
my
book over
head.
your
Yep.
head.
Like, what is this book gonna do if something go flying in my face and I'm
Out.
sitting against this locker in this hallway?
Save your edges, cause the rest
Ju-
of you
just like-
gone.
Just like, what is this milk
Baby
and bread gonna do?
hers.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for hitting us up saying that the live was muted. So like, but I see comments though. I see somebody commenting
You
like
been
they
muted this
hear
whole
it.
time?
the first since we've been back. Yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
we
it-
got watchers. That's great.
they're watching, but they didn't say they couldn't hear. Like, what the hell is going on?
Them,
But they was looking.
scrollers, they ain't watchers. Them scrollers.
Are they like they watching our mouse move? But I'm not even looking at the camera, so I guess they're listening through the radio. See, yeah, we used to have tornado drills in schools with a book on our head. So
Mhm.
maybe they're listening through the radio and just watching online. I don't know, but hey, Bill Russell, shouts out to you. So look,
I will never
Um,
forget. I was in 5th grade, and I went to a school called Bear Elementary.
mhm,
And Bear Elementary was sort of like a shotgun, like it's sort of like a straight shot. And like literally, we in this hallway, we saw the tornado. The tornado skipped over our school. That was one of these scary. Like when you hear that noise, if you've ever been in a
So does
tornado,
it sound like a train?
oh my god, yeah, sounds like a train on steroids. It's crazy,
because it has picked up all the debris and it's
and
it's
it
making
tearing it up.
It skipped over our school, and I that was the first like frightening experience I've ever been. Well, a car accident, but yeah.
Thinking about storms, the tornado that here where so many people's lives were taken,
Right,
City.
2015, and that April 27th storm changed the way that a lot of people saw life.
Yep.
I stood
Yeah,
on
it
my
did.
porch in Ensley and watched the tornado go to Pratt. Shouldn't have been outside, but it's like it's sunny,
Yeah,
right? It's
yep.
beautiful.
Right.
Not knowing that this storm had just destroyed life in
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove, and then come on, like you keep straight through, you go straight to Pratt, you tear it all the way up. And did it end in Pratt? Did it kind of like
I think
Yeah.
so.
It-
When I, when
yeah.
I drove down 78, right after it, I'm talking about as soon as it finished,
yeah?
I put my son in the car. My father was ill at the time.
Mhm.
I didn't want to leave him at the house. We rode down 78. You could look straight from 78 all the way
Through
across through Pratt. It looked like it was just flat land, no houses.
You can
Uh,
see it was still steps left.
Yeah.
The amount of people who have stories about I walked into my closet, hid, and when it was over, I came out my
Right.
closet and there was no more house. It was just
Right.
a closet. Like I know people personally who got pictures. Like literally, it's a closet and like a frame over there, and the rest of their house gone.
Like
But-
to stand
but-
right there by Family Dollar and look directly across what that Smithfield Manor, whatever that was.
Uh-huh.
It was flat.
In
Like
St.
somebody just
Charles
took a
Villas,
like
yeah.
somebody just
tore
took a
up.
bunch of paper and just laid it
war
out. It
zone,
was
yeah.
flat.
And like we
was
live
sad.
exactly half a mile from St. Charles Villas, and we left an empty box on the porch, and it did not move.
The power of God.
It
Really?
did
Hey.
not
Outstanding.
move.
When we come back on the second half, we're going to jump into more conversation about what we see in the news, what you see. The phone lines are open. Hey, Lowry, if you're going to call us now and stay
that
on the
the-
line
is
so we
that the
can
teacher?
chat. I'm not sure.
They call.
Make sure you got some minutes on your phone. Okay,
We'll
that's
be
probably
right
what it
back.
is.
You gonna say what they go?
Nope, it's more vital. Yes, it is. We got another half. V94.9 WATV. I am Lady Wu. Got Black, Chuck, and Fly Dave in the building. We
What's
are
cracking?
vital.
Buzz, buzz.
And vital conversation is what's happening right now. And we're just talking about different things that are happening, connecting different stories, connecting different dots. Hurricane Ian is where we left off down in Florida. And just talking about like the warnings that people get in, when do you take warning? How do you take warning? And what it brought to mind for me was we don't live in a coastal area. We don't have a lot of bodies of water, but there are other storms that can happen here. And you think about people who had like your life being changed in a matter of moments. They're arguing about when the evacuation order was put in place. I don't know that 24 hours is long enough for me to pack up my life and put it somewhere so that it won't be swept or washed away.
Well, you also got to talk about the people below the poverty line. They might not have an option to go anywhere.
Just like with Hurricane Katrina, those people didn't have anywhere to go.
Wow. And so then all them,
but
that was
wild. That was a
But do
wild
people
time.
take warnings seriously though? Because remember when they told us we were having light dusting?
If I was,
know that year.
I was in
my life
Florida,
changed, but I thought I was spending that year.
I did too.
if I was in
A lot of
Florida,
folk did.
Snowmageddon?
Yeah, she was
oh,
slow.
bro, I tell you, I got the
You
best
remember
story.
that? You remember when I was like
I-
that?
She was stuck.
Nah, I
and,
went.
like,
I was in Montgomery. I was in school at Bama State.
Okay.
I came home to get a friend of mine from the airport to go back to Alabama State. So while I was waiting on her to come in, I was at my mom's house, went and got her, came back, and it started dusting. So I'm like, well,
It was a legit dust.
yeah.
of
light
wind.
dust.
mind you, I don't have no clothes. All she's got is the clothes on
From
her.
her-
A friend of mine just brought her when to get her.
Oh, one of those friends.
No, it wasn't one of those friends. Tip, I
you
love
so
you.
messy.
Nah,
wasn't
it
married
wasn't
to Tip
Tiffany.
like
I love
that?
you. Nah, it was not one of those friends. But it started dusting. It started dusting.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It started
It was
dusting.
dusting.
So I'm sitting
It
here
was
like,
dusting.
it's not gonna stick. So we'll
That's
hop
what
on
we
the road
all
in a minute.
thought.
30 minutes, a little bit heavier. I said, oh man, this is.
Like some real snow.
It might do a little
I
something.
said, so even if
Right.
it does tonight,
It's gonna melt.
hey man, you can cop the couch. I don't have no clothes. Man, about 3 hours later,
You was here.
man, we was here for a week.
Yeah.
Like, why are we here like this?
stuck for a week, man. And
Oh,
Bama
man.
State people was knocking the windows out, shooting fire hoses. It was fun for the kids, you know.
Yeah.
But I was here at my mama's.
Right.
I would have been down there panty raiding and
Man,
all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
let me
but-
tell you, I was on the freeway leaving a training class. I was working for a company and we had a training class. And it was like, okay, well, yeah, it's a storm about to come. They said, we're going to get everybody out, get you guys safe, get you home. So cool. This class had us wearing a uniform. We had on I had on stilettos and this
What kind of class
uniform.
was this?
I worked for a makeup line,
Oh.
an extravagant makeup line at the time.
Like it's a
Sure did. I
pole
still have
involved?
some of that makeup.
What they teach
I was
you?
trying to provide the element of
see
suspense, Chuck.
What they
Okay.
teach you? My
What
bad.
else?
Working
What
for
else
your
did we
tuition.
do?
Mind your business.
Get
What-
your
one of my-
tuition paid.
One of my other jobs, right?
Make my real
So-
money at night.
Yes, it was one of those jobs, and they were letting us go,
You know what?
and so I left. And they're
My bad.
get on the freeway. The
In your
Galleria
Beetle.
in the Beetle, so it's a drop top where it's not warm at all. No pea coat, no socks, no nothing. Just these stilettos and this uniform.
That-
This is really what happened. Just listen to the
My
story.
bad.
So it's dusting as well. Like it's just
Dusting.
dusting. Child is at school, families wherever they are, everybody's wherever they are.
Oh,
All I remember is exit 252. I see the sign for it ahead. We come out of the curve. It took about probably 3 hours to get just out of the curve from the Galleria to Birmingham, Montgomery, where it splits.
Mhm.
It took that long to get out of there. I had to pee. I had no food,
You know, water,
nothing. Well, I had like one bottle of water. Not thinking that ahead of us is going to be this trap that I will never get through. I'm never going to see my friends and family again.
shook.
I started writing a damn letter. I was like, man, my toes cold, my fingers are cold. If I never get out of this car, just tell Carmen that I love her.
Mommy and daddy, I love you.
Yes.
P.O.P.
Let me tell you.
Hold it down.
Let me tell you what say
I
today.
was so scared, y'all, and I was
Man,
at home with my baby.
Everybody was like, well, I was
Go
on
get
the
Woo.
news. Like
Somebody
it
go
was
get
bad.
her.
So what say today, my uncle had a comforter, a brand new comforter said that he wanted me to donate. and I had not dropped it off yet. It was in the trunk.
Won't Lord just boy?
Then a Barber's milk truck was stranded around.
Come
us.
on.
I don't even want no milk, but you know what? Today we all gonna drink.
We gonna
this
drink milk. The land of
drank this
milk
milk.
and honey, literally.
Last but not least, what kind of shoes did I have on, Chuck?
Stilettos. She rocking
Guess what I
stilettos.
did?
What you
Rocking
did?
stilettos.
Hoover police came to get me, and I had to scale the median, the middle
Yep.
In your heels.
with the stilettos. And I finally made it home, made it to a shelter, got some clothes that did not belong to me, shoes that did not belong to me, that they were way too big. But guess what? I'm allowed to tell about it. Amen.
Who got karma?
Amen.
My parents.
Okay.
They slid all around the world too, trying to do that.
I was sliding trying to get to Nadia too.
I would have preferred to slide.
This
I
one,
was
we're not
fine.
talking
I
about
was getting
93,
there.
right? We're talking about the one that just happened.
93, my dad had walked from the U.S. Steel to Bellevue Heights to come home.
Yeah.
No, we talking about
Well, we talking about
talking about-
someone getting like 15.
Yeah, I was working at EBSCO Industries and let
Man.
everybody off the hill, and I got stuck on the
See,
hill
Why you got stuck?
because with the capacity where I worked at the time, I had to make sure everybody was off of the property. So we ended up sleeping.
Man.
I ended up sleeping at the job,
At least, man.
but it was
would've-
cool. We
I
had a
would've clocked
cafeteria on the
in.
job, man. Oh,
See?
we was on the clock.
Oh, I,
Oh,
I
we was on
would've
the
clocked
clock.
in.
We had a full
So,
cafeteria, so we was chilling.
living downtown, my spot was a spot. Like, so some people in my job pulled up. So like we had a good time.
I'm sure.
But I also know some
Cheese.
Hold on. I know absolutely. And some, we got festive.
Yeah.
Grilled
But,
cheese sandwiches and drinks for everybody.
I think I made like an eggplant casserole that night too. It was great. But I remember it. It was good. What?
It was good. I remember.
I know some relationships that ended. Do y'all know any that ended because of Snowmageddon? Because people got stuck.
Where are you?
People got
Why
Man.
aren't you here yet?
I know
and then
three.
some
I know
magically,
three.
then
Yep.
some
Three.
magically happened because of Snowmageddon.
Yeah. I know three.
Need that warmth.
I know.
I prefer to be stuck where I was. Let me just stay here then.
Yeah, I know a couple that got divorced because somebody was not.
They
with
weren't
them.
what they were supposed to be.
And like you couldn't do nothing. Like you
You was
literally
Nah,
just
there's
stuck.
nothing you can do.
You just out there.
So look, where are you?
Look, oh my
Hey,
girlfriend
but I'm stuck in
house, okay?
snow
Where?
Where?
on the side of the freeway.
Where?
I'll come get you.
Right.
No.
I
I
sent
know.
I sent my dad in his tractor to come get you. Where you at?
It won't be safe for you to come here.
Right, you got to keep going with
Yeah.
the line.
Why?
So what's crazy
Why?
is so the next day, I remember the only thing downtown that was open was Nukes. And like
I love nukes.
so yeah, because you had a bunch of people stuck at the hospital.
Mm.
Right. So Nukes literally Nukes was the only thing open. So pulled up, whatever.
Chicken
And like
Caesar salad.
when you saw like the amount of cars that were just abandoned down, like there were Porsches just on the side of the road turned the wrong way. Like
Think about
supposed-
Red Mountain Expressway. That's why I was stuck coming from. It was hundreds of cars stuck on the road.
I know some folks whose cars got broken into too. It's like y'all out here robbing and stealing in this weather.
It's like,
Man, a thief
really?
would thief a thief. That's the best time for somebody to rob.
You
I
right.
guess
Ain't nobody
out
else
there.
around. Let me walk my stilettos up
Oh.
into this Porsche.
Basically, I hyped this story up. Not my story, but the other story. I got a ride from US Steel. I walked 2.5 blocks. I thought you walked from Fairfield to Ensign. I've been telling the wrong
Daddy
story
said, "Get it right."
for how many years?
You ain't gonna lie.
20
You
years.
ain't gonna lie
Not
on
gonna
me.
lie on me.
Right, like my bad, dude.
Tell the truth.
You're not gonna lie on me.
So like these storms and
Shout out to the Woodruffs too. Hello.
thank you.
Your dad is super cool, man.
Pandemics. That y'all we've experienced a lot.
A lot.
Actually, so that's what's wrong with us. Like we've
It
lived
is.
through a lot.
What's sad is
We have
exactly what's
lived
wrong with
through-
us.
What should be in history books, in some history books going forward.
And Chuck be remembering details. So I know.
And it's-
I'm like, damn.
All of that stuff that we've lived through will be in Cairo's history books.
You know
'Cause
what's
he's
crazy?
from-
But are they going to be able to read it? Okay.
Fair.
He is.
You know what's crazy? Like people, the monkeypox thing, it came and went. Like
It
people didn't even
did.
bat it. After the world
Just
got
like the
shut
other
down.
one.
Hold on. After the world got shut down for literally an entire year, you couldn't go outside. They started talking about monkeypox, and people were like, oh, whatever. That's not me.
Yeah, don't touch me. I don't like you guys to touch me
Right.
anyway.
It's
Monkeypox.
only one segment of the population can get it. Come on, man.
Okay, so like even with that, when you start thinking about different things and how they affect different people, when it's not my concern, it's not
Right.
my concern.
It ain't on me.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Me and my people are covered.
Yeah, but they did say that like coronavirus started somewhere else too, and it wasn't our concern. And then it came
What's
here,
crazy
just
about-
like monkeypox started somewhere else. And now we're not worried about it. But then what about
The next
3 months from now?
Right.
Monkeypox is booming.
We ain't no show because somebody got it. Not me.
Don't
I mean-
touch
Not it.
me.
Please
How you
don't
do it,
say
like-
Not
that.
it.
Not it.
Not
Please don't say
it.
But you know what's crazy about the whole coronavirus monkeypox thing? If you look at images of China,
Yeah.
they've been wearing masks for the past
Well, since SARS.
20 years.
Since
Yeah.
SARS hit China.
And,
The
so,
bird-
and
the
that's
avian flu.
that's a variant. That's the official or the original COVID, right?
Yeah. Well, they said, some sort of variant or whatever. But like, I remember when I watched Outbreak a long time ago.
Yeah, that was
Outbreak,
crazy.
Outbreak came in 2020.
Yeah, Buddy did that on the subway,
Yeah,
walking around with that joint in his pocket.
Like, what is?
it's crazy.
See, oh man, so that's what life is now. You put the information out. Art imitates life. Life imitates art, and here we are with pandemics and crisis.
Back to what you were saying when we started this, you said people don't take things seriously. Me being from Birmingham, if I lived in a coastal state and somebody said a hurricane is coming,
Coming home.
or I saw a wave out there that looked a lot different, like a tsunami, I'm dipping. As soon as I look out there and see it, I'm in my
That might be
little-
too late though.
But she said, do they take it seriously? I would, because I'm not used to seeing that. In Birmingham, every Wednesday, every first Wednesday of the
Yep.
month, the tornado
It's
siren is
10
going to go
a.m.
off. Now, we look at it as, it's just a siren. But what if it really was a tornado? Even if it was a real tornado, we'll still be like, the weather ain't hot enough.
I just need
for
to
us."
know, right? We'll be like, we stick
Yeah.
our arm out the door.
So
it ain't
those-
right. You
so-
don't feel right out there.
So when I
Yeah.
asked my son, I'm like, so y'all leaving? He was like, no. I'm like, bro.
Home is
you know-
home, right?
I think the people that take it the most seriously are people who have kids in school.
I can see that.
Because once the school gets shut down, then you're like, okay, this is real.
But
I
think
got
about
to
it.
at least adjust
Okay,
my day or adjust
We have
something.
tornadoes in Birmingham. They have hurricanes, tsunamis on coastal areas. California,
earthquakes.
earthquake, people be like, I ain't leaving. I'm just,
But
put this coffee back in the cabinet and,
earthquakes-
going back
I
to
mean,
work.
yeah.
But earthquakes are a little bit different though, because there's not an earthquake season, right?
It's just
So
any
They
time.
happen
it
randomly.
can just happen, right? So, but for tornado season, I think people now again are a little bit more mindful of it because again, when that tornado hit Enterprise, that changed the game. And I don't remember what year that was, but I don't take tornadoes seriously because I live downtown.
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because it can't get in where you are.
Except for when that tornado hit downtown Atlanta, I don't know when that was, like 10 years ago. Typically, there's not enough ground swell
Okay.
because of the building. So, like, anytime there's a tornado,
Man, God put a
I'm about
tornado
to
right
just say,
there
I'm
next
God.
to the
I can do
plug.
whatever I want.
yeah,
I'm gonna tear all this up.
Right.
I'm like all this over.
true, true, but the odds are less likely that
Yeah.
a tornado's ever going to impact the downtown area.
Like
Because
Yeah.
East Lake ain't gonna swell. Patton Park,
But pray
Lake,
it's
whatever
in
that
the
is,
valley.
ain't gonna
Right, it's in
Pray
the
swell.
they
valley,
hit
right.
every
Village
it's-
Creek
but
ain't
it's-
gonna
Because you can't get
swell.
enough power.
But it's almost like you said earlier, so much craziness is happening in
That's true.
Birmingham until we become numb to it.
Right.
Even with the shootings now, we hate to see it, but it's kind of like, it's gonna happen every day. With tornadoes, same way.
Those
It
are
don't-
our
yeah,
tornadoes.
it's
Right.
like, man, it's a tornado. We all right.
Interesting. Wow. So this week, hopefully, we'll have some things that we can report that are positive, encouraging, and
G's
exciting.
coming.
Yeah, like I want to hear that the aftermath of your school's class. Are you all? I mean, so tell us what we can expect. Do you know?
I mean, last year was the first year they did it,
Bunch
Right.
of suits.
Right.
no, I
And they're
mean,
gonna have some. They're gonna be going to the cigar events. It's gonna be that type of party. You think?
probably. I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing something.
I'm just joking. 'Cause I almost, every time I see somebody from Morehouse, they suited and booted for the most part. So
So last year was the first year. It's getting bigger. Like it will never be ain't gonna be the Magic City Classic ever.
Yeah, we're
but,
okay with that.
but like 3-4 years from now, like it's gonna jump. Like it's gonna be a thing that because of Spelman too.
especially with City Walk.
And
too.
Tuskegee has a strong contingent of
True.
alumni in Birmingham too. So
I'm excited for it.
and with the mayor being from Morehouse, there's a lot of stuff that's out there in the city.
Where'd
atmosphere.
you go to school, Chuck?
Huh? For what?
You can hear college.
For college?
Yeah.
Morehouse.
See?
Well,
he said I did.
we all went to Alabama State University.
The
Hey, my mama told
most
me.
KS.
magnificent university. On
And
the face of
then
the
I
earth.
The
furthered
sting is
my
back.
education at Miles College. That's where I actually graduated from after I had done a whole college career in Montgomery.
Mylenian
Yeah, Mylene.
Yeah.
or Mylene. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, yeah.
I went to diploma in biblical studies from Stanford University.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people. I think they're trying to
I'm
get
gonna one up you in a second.
the
Wait a minute.
the
The nerve.
the law school and the college got to merge. The fact that they are two separate entities is
I
wild.
get that.
It's crazy.
What?
Most people don't know
Miles
that.
Law School.
Miles Law School is a
It's-
separate
it's
entity. from
totally
Miles?
separate.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. But if they merge, they might and get
Different
an MBA
president and
program.
all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, you got a
Really?
dean of the law school, Tiffany Agee. You know Tiff?
Yeah.
She's an interim dean.
That's what's
You
up.
be calling these people with these major titles like by their first name and
I know
Man, you don't know.
stuff.
This dude is connected.
Hold
bro.
on,
You
I don't know
just
about
don't
that.
know.
Make me so sick.
I'm just
I mean,
out.
you call him Chuck.
I mean, because that's my friend.
It's Charles.
Right.
She's my friend.
That's all. Same comparison.
Charlie.
So let me one up, Dave. So you said you went to where for your studies?
Sanford. I have not a degree. It's a diploma in biblical studies. From,
Biblical studies.
Yes.
So is
correct.
that a master's in divinity?
No, MDiv. You really can't use an MDiv unless
Oh,
you know
we
you're
got that
trying
gospel
to
music again.
apply for a church and they want you to have, or you're trying to teach. So no, it's not an MDiv. Pay
What
too
made
much.
you go get that? I need
The doors of the church are open.
the old I need.
Put some real
Will there
money.
be one?
Put some real
there
money
be
in the
one
offering
today?
plate. Don't write no fake checks.
Some
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, today's announcements are: do not take any checks from Candace.
Cause them babies
The
gonna
past
bounce.
3 weeks they've been bouncing.
Woo.
Don't put them in the building fund.
But what made you get it for real? For real.
Because I was actually contemplating getting an MDiv. I like Bible stories. I like it. So
You used to be a preacher.
Can't you hear it?
hey man, listen. Whatever the Lord has me to do, I will do that. But I feel like this: what I do every day in my day job is ministry.
Right.
Cause you have to, man.
Same,
You
yes.
have to. I think as opposed to being in a pulpit, if the Lord puts me in a pulpit one day, then yeah, I ain't running from it. But I think I have the biggest pulpit in the world.
Yeah, pull them to the pit. Come on here.
Yeah,
And listen,
man,
folks,
you did.
Y'all can give him $1,499, but Dave will pray with you for free.
For
Boy,
free.
hey,
Bring it
I
back
pray
home.
with you for $14.99. Jack, you know.
With 3 easy payments.
Yeah.
So that was at Sanford.
It was at Sanford.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sorry again. You have a what?
I have a diploma in biblical studies, which is the highest you can get before getting a degree.
What would you? So if you go to Estonian,
Or Beeson.
what is that?
You get an MDiv, but I didn't want to go spend the money for the MDiv because I can't take an MDiv to a job and be like, hey, I got a Master of Divinity. They're not gonna look at that just like looking at a degree in engineering or whatever, you know, or
Okay.
degree. That MDiv is only really important, in my opinion. Now, some preachers
If
probably
you're gonna
gonna call.
pastor a church.
Yeah, some preachers probably gonna call in and try to get me together. And a lot of them don't have any degree. But
Ooh.
listen,
Ooh. He said a word.
yeah. But a MDiv really to me is only good if you're trying to teach or you're trying to apply for a church as for pastoralship and
Gotcha.
they want you to have an MDiv.
I
Other than
assume,
that, you ain't really doing much of nothing to me.
I assume our immediate boss has an MDiv.
I do not know that. I don't know.
Do you need something to like something official to like have a church? Like you can just start a church. Right?
You can do whatever you want, right? Because
yeah,
if
a
God
lot
calls you,
of
who's
folks
gonna argue
don't
with you?
follow. Yeah, a lot of
Right?
folks don't follow rules.
Okay. I mean, I legit don't know this.
We're gonna find out today.
Now,
So-
what do you have?
I have a master's degree in education
Okay.
with a concentration in couples and family counseling.
But you can
Okay.
take that to a tentative employer and be like, I have this.
Oh
And then-
yeah.
but I
This is a
can't go there
master's.
with an MDiv and be like, well, you know, you want me to be the football coach? I got this preaching degree.
You might, depending on the school.
Right.
Hey.
So for this one, I can use it to teach. As I
Yeah.
use it for, I can
Correct.
use it to get my license. Like you don't really have licensed therapists. You can't be a licensed therapist without that degree.
Okay.
And what else can I do with that? I can do like I just said, you can do, you could kind of do what you want when you got credentials, kind of sort of, right? You can't accept insurance if you don't have licensure.
Okay.
That's it.
You got some.
I got
special-
that from the University of Montevallo, Dave.
other than life.
You did what?
The University of
Okay.
Montevallo.
What you got from
Okay.
there?
That's what I got. That's
Take
what I got
that
my
in.
master's from.
Did you? I thought this was Miles.
They ain't got no master's program.
Okay, got it.
That's what I
Okay.
got. That's where I finally graduated college from. But like I say, finally,
She said they
finally,
ain't got.
they ain't got that. But like leaving a state, Miles doesn't have a graduate program.
Well, that's what I was saying. So they're also trying to get their MBA thing worked out. So if they combine the law school, get this MBA program, then they can try to get university status.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's
Hey,
gonna be
Bobby
dope.
Knight gonna do that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Miss Knight be on her game, bro.
Yep.
There are a lot of things that can be done with education. I will say this though, going to that many schools, I'm talking about even as a preschool, I went to several schools.
So you were the trouble kid.
I mean, that was different. Look, I was just being myself.
I was just being myself.
I mean, but you know, being able to go to different places and matriculate on different campuses, you see different
Yeah.
things, you learn different things, you see how certain people enjoy their schools, how certain people support their schools. And there are some traditions that I used to see at state that there's no room for them anymore. Growth brings about like the exclusion of things that families used to love, and the so much so at Miles. Like I grew up on the campus of Miles College because my great grandmother's house was a street over.
Okay.
So like growing up on these campuses and feeling like you're at home with them, even though we have homecoming, it's not the same, is it? Is it the
Nah.
same when you go to Morehouse?
I haven't been to homecoming in a minute.
See, like,
Morehouse
I mean,
homecoming be jumping
I'd
too.
be jumping now. I went 3 years ago, and then the pandemic happened, and this year
Okay.
they trying to make us pay, which is insane.
paid to do it.
Go to homecoming. It's a whole thing.
So that
Like my Giving Tuesdays and my alumni contribution be enough. You ain't charging me for no home. Tell me no.
so look,
Tell me I can't get in.
you all prior to now, you all did not pay for homecoming.
no.
You just go home like
Pay
you
your
should,
alumni
right?
fee.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to do that. Listen, y'all can talk about North Carolina A&T. That's cute. You can talk about Hampton. That's
Cute too.
Maybe Howard. Other than
I
that,
wanted to go to Howard.
other than that, man, Morehouse Tuskegee. I mean, Morehouse Spelman. Our homecoming is legit, yo. Like it's,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's legendary.
I can't
Now.
front.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So Spelman doing the same thing.
I know somebody's ex who used to go back for homecoming and his marriage was ended. So
Oh, because of homecoming.
Yeah, because of homecoming.
Yeah, homecoming. If you not right
I'm
in the
coming home,
mind,
baby.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
you there?
And I assume this happens at other homecomings, but like if you didn't go to this school, nah, like you shouldn't come to homecoming with me. You just shouldn't, because at some point in time, what is it? If you know, you know. I'm gonna leave it there.
And home, it is one of the times where like Black and I met in undergrad. If I didn't see her until college, like I know I see a lot of my friends now that I went to school with, and those jokes or those things that we remember that
Right.
we had in common in that moment, it's like,
Right. And if you the outsider, I'm not
Right.
sitting here trying to be concerned about
And
your
explaining to you
well-being.
what-
right, like
That's not why we're here.
so. What happened? What was I mad about when y'all?
See, nah.
don't
See,
worry
let me
about it.
tell
Go to
you.
the car.
Right. just go sit over there and look cute. It's fine.
But see, like,
Go get
nah,
you
that
some
was
ice
too
cream.
much.
Right.
That was too much.
Little
Like
slush.
I
Little
thought you
shaved
said,
ice.
right? Like, come on,
They
Come
stared
on.
at you too long. Okay. See.
they did because they was
I mean,
reminiscing.
they
duh.
remember.
but it's some. If they
Make
like
the
that,
impression.
They
it was
remember.
it was something going on for y'all. Got the homecoming if it's like that though.
I've been looking for you since we left.
Now, I'm talking about who you rode down there with that didn't go to your school.
Oh,
And
yeah,
y'all-
like, don't
it's something
come.
going on.
Yeah.
Like it's the same for me for classic though. Don't come out here with me trying to
Nah.
be around me and you see I'm upstairs, I'm over here, I'm
Yeah.
at this 10, I'm
I'm not
hugging.
trying to manage
Tip with the
your
homecoming
accent.
with me one time.
Yeah, like we ain't got time for that. I love you, but I'm gonna love you while you at
She
home.
was like, she ain't never going back. I said, why? She said, because you were in too many organizations.
I
You
remember
move
that.
around. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you move around
That's
too
why
much.
I was at the day job, right?
Correct.
Yeah. With the
Man,
Yeah.
I was at the band tent,
Yep.
and I was at the Nuke tent, and I was over at the such and such tent, and then she was
Right.
like, no,
and
you
if you're
moved
not
too
right
much.
behind me,
You
you
did
might get
KSI
left.
too.
Because I'm not looking for you.
And
Easy
cell phone
dude.
service bad. It's just like the
Flavors
classic. I
ain't
can't
none
find.
great.
None
We're not
great.
doing that.
I'm not looking for you, and I'm not trying to tell everybody who you are either.
Nah, I ain't trying to explain nothing.
Who is it? Let's go to what we used to
Right.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
David here showing brands and everything.
See,
you
like,
know what? I think it's about time we
My
get
cup
ready to
does not
go.
runneth over. Let's do this.
Fast 5, y'all. It's October. It's party time. Everybody's festive, and I know for a fact this is the season that
No, next season, Scorpio season.
Th-
Around the corner.
you got one more time
Today or
this-
just period?
today because
Okay.
this is
All
Libra
together
season.
or-
Yeah,
It's October,
right.
and the energy of October, I think, for the world,
A little bit different.
it's different. It's just
I do love
great.
October.
I know, right? It's
I
just so
do.
amazing.
Your birthday, my sister's birthday.
Come on, me. Oh, you ain't gotten to me yet. Okay.
No, I got you yet.
My
Then
wife.
Chuck's
I'm with
birthday.
him.
My daughter.
Yeah,
They're
Tips
they're
birthday.
5 days apart.
My mama's birthday.
My dad, rest in peace. My dad. Yep.
You know, I have a lot of Libras in my life to be so.
Not Libras. Not a
yeah.
Libra? I have a question for you. Since you kept
Here you
no,
go.
do you remember your first show?
Yes,
I do.
What was it?
like the topic. It was just
was it
a-
2 hours again?
No.
It was one show. It was welcome. Basically, it was like welcome to the air.
Was it wanting to be heard?
Wanting to be heard. So the
Was it
format was
janky?
different.
That was the name of it. Wanted to be heard.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was more music based.
Was it janky?
Man, and where he is now, so Edward Gant manages YBN Amir.
Mhm.
And he was one of my first guests, but no, Snipe Young was the very first guest.
Who is that?
Snipe. What?
I don't know. I don't think I know.
We'll,
that.
we'll tell y'all
Super
there.
dupe.
So-
Super
super
duper
producer.
dope
Producer.
producer.
Here, local.
Yeah, he ain't
No,
here
he
no
was
more though.
in
He in
California.
California.
Cali
now.
now.
Okay.
So that was the first guest with the YSL
Big
family.
Jen and
And
Snipe.
Snipe.
So when did it become vital?
It became vital about.
It was always been
I
Vital.
got that. That was too. My bad. I
Okay,
should have.
The name. So
Yeah.
look, it went from wanting to be heard to the School of Hip Hop to Vital.
Mhm.
School of
been
Hip
here
Hop.
for all of it.
Yeah, we grew up like as you grow, like School of Hip Hop. Yeah, we ain't.
But
no.
what was that? Like more music or like?
No, that was starting to merge to this. That was when this started to kind of happen, where it was more topics and guests and information. It was schooling,
Okay.
Mhm.
but it was hip hop, like School of Hip Hop.
We used to
Okay.
have the mayors come on and during debates, and that was hot.
Yeah, so like we said, things have changed so much so that pandemic happened and life happened, and we got old, and we used to go out every Sunday after the show, like we're about to do now. If anybody's up for
Every
it, we're about to be
Sunday.
in these streets, so you might want to follow social media or something to see where we're going. It's 10 days of October. We may do it again at the end of the month for Chuck. He has all types of friends everywhere, but we're gonna try to get in one
High
night,
and low places.
right? Because we're gonna be in some low places in October. You all enjoy the rest